Welcome to the Open Data Monitor platform. Open data has grown significantly in recent years, and with all these new data catalogs popping up all over Europe, sometimes it is hard to follow track and not lose sight of all the data that is out there. This is what the Open Data Monitor helps you with. It gives you an overview of about 100 different data catalogs from the national level all the way down to small local catalogs. We have harvested the metadata from all these catalogs, harmonized the largely inconsistent entries to not bother you with the mess that is out there, and spare you with the nitty-gritty details. However, if you are interested in the details, here's how it works. We register a catalog and harvest the metadata. The metadata is largely inconsistent, however, and if we try to analyze and visualize what we harvested directly, you would actually not be able to understand anything. For one, you cannot imagine how many different ways to spell a CC BY license people can come up with. And in addition, there are more than 50 distinctly different licenses used in all the catalogs we have harvested so far. Thus, we initially harmonized and standardized the spelling of various formats and licenses. Subsequently, we mapped the different formats and licenses to higher-level groupings, for example, license schemas like Creative Commons. We also grouped open or non-open licenses, open or non-open formats, etc. To see the mappings and help improve them, you can go to the Harmonization dashboard. On the Harmonization dashboard, you can examine the harmonization history for all harmonized catalogs and view and add harmonization rules. If you want to examine the harmonization history for a particular catalog, choose it from the list and click View Info. You will then see the harmonization history for various fields in this catalog like licenses, formats, etc. If you want to improve the mappings, go to the next tab, choose what you want to inspect and for which catalog, and click View Mappings. You will then see the list of harvested entries for this catalog that have not been mapped, as well as those that have already been mapped, and what they are mapped to. Keep in mind that these are not the harvested raw data. In between, we have already harmonized and standardized the spelling. Otherwise, this would not be feasible because of the sheer amount of different entries. If you want to edit a rule or suggest a mapping for an unharmonized entry, simply enter your mapping in the value field on the right and save it. New rules will be reviewed and approved by an ODM administrator to ensure consistency within the ODM environment. Once approved, your rule will become part of the harmonization process and be reflected on the ODM platform as well as its APIs. To inspect all mappings, go to GitHub. Also, if you have another idea how these mappings could be used, you are free to try that. All components of the harmonization engine have been published under a Creative Commons Attribution Only 4.0 license and are available on GitHub. To learn more about how to register a catalog before it can be harvested, please check out the Registering a Catalog tutorial.